Is AI music evil or just the next instrument? Let's talk about artificial intelligence and music. Some people believe AI music is the end of creativity. Others believe it's the future of music. But the truth is probably a lot simpler. AI isn't evil. It's just a tool. And if you look at the history of music, every new tool has caused controversy when it first appeared. My perspective. I've been a musician for more than 30 years. I've written songs, played guitar and drums, released albums, and had songs placed in films. I've worked with national artists and spent countless hours in studios. From my perspective, AI music isn't replacing musicians. It's another instrument in the toolbox. But like any tool, it can be used well or very badly. And right now, there's a lot of bad AI music out there. But that's what happens with every new technology. History repeats itself. Music history is basically a long series of people getting upset about new technology. In 1965, Bob Dylan walked on stage at the Newport Folk Festival and plugged in an electric guitar. Some folk purists were furious. There's even a famous story that Pete Seeger wanted to cut the power cables because he believed electric guitars didn't belong in folk music. Today, that moment is considered one of the most important turning points in music history. What was once controversial is now legendary. Drum machines. Then came drum machines. In the 1970s, during the disco era, drum machines started showing up in studios. A lot of musicians hated them. People said machines were replacing real drummers. But today, drum machines are everywhere. Hip-hop, pop, electronic music, even rock production. Rappers have been building entire careers on drum machine beats for decades. Synthesizers. Synthesizers started appearing in the 1960s and 1970s. Suddenly, musicians could create sounds that didn't exist before. Once again, critics complained. How can a machine replace real instruments? But synthesizers went on to shape entire genres. Electronic music, new wave, pop, film scores. Today, they're completely normal in music production. Sampling. Then, in the 1980s, sampling technology arrived. Producers could take pieces of existing recordings and transform them into something new. Hip-hop was built on sampling. At first, critics said it wasn't real music. Today, sampling is one of the most common tools in music production. Auto-tune. Then came auto-tune in 1997. It was originally designed to fix pitch problems in vocal recordings, but when Cher released Believe in 1998, the effect became obvious and controversial. Some people said it would ruin music. Instead, it became one of the defining sounds of modern pop and hip-hop. Artists like T-Pain and Kanye West turned it into an art form. The reality of modern music production. Here's something people often forget. Most modern music is already heavily produced. Songs are assembled digitally. Tracks are edited, tuned, corrected, sampled, and layered. In many cases, the band isn't even in the studio together anymore. Technology has been shaping music for decades. AI in music. AI is simply the next step in that evolution. But here's something most people don't understand. Creating a good AI-assisted song isn't as simple as typing, "Write me a hit song." You can do that, but the result is usually terrible. To get something good, you need musical judgment, tempo, arrangement, instrumentation, song structure, rhythm, cadence. Without that understanding, the results are usually generic. How I actually use AI. In my own songwriting process, AI doesn't write the lyrics. I write every word. But AI can help shape the music around those lyrics. Sometimes I use it almost like a second songwriter. I can bounce ideas off it. I can ask it to change a line, adjust a phrase, or help fix the cadence of a lyric. In some ways, it feels like dictating to an assistant while I'm writing a song. Change this line. Try another rhyme here. Shorten that phrase. It makes it easier to experiment quickly and refine ideas. And sometimes that process takes hours. Not seconds, hours. But it can speed up parts of the songwriting process and help explore ideas that might take much longer otherwise. The environmental question. Another criticism you hear about AI is that it's bad for the environment because it uses a lot of electricity. And to be fair, there is some truth to that. Artificial intelligence runs on large computer servers inside data centers. Those servers require electricity to operate and cooling systems to prevent them from overheating. Globally, data centers consumed about 415 terawatt-hours of electricity in 2024, roughly 1.5% of the world's electricity usage. In the United States alone, data centers used about 183 terawatt-hours of electricity, around 4% of the nation's power consumption. And AI is one reason those numbers are growing. So yes, AI has an environmental footprint. But there's something important people often forget. Almost every new technology starts inefficient. Technology always improves. Look at the automobile. Early cars were inefficient and produced enormous pollution, but over time, the technology improved. Today we have hybrid vehicles, electric cars, high-efficiency engines, low-emission standards. The same pattern appears with almost every invention. The first versions are messy. Later versions become smarter and more efficient. AI efficiency is already improving. Researchers and engineers are already working on making AI systems far more efficient. New computer chips designed specifically for AI use far less electricity than older hardware. Many data centers are being powered by renewable energy sources like solar, wind, and hydroelectric power. And new cooling technologies can dramatically reduce energy usage, so the technology is evolving quickly. Perspective matters. Everything we do uses energy. Streaming music uses energy, watching videos uses energy, running recording studios uses energy, touring concerts uses energy. The real challenge isn't stopping technology. The real challenge is making it more efficient. Final conclusion. Progress always moves forward. Artificial intelligence isn't going away. Instead of fighting it, the smarter approach is to learn how to work with it and make it better. Like every technology before it, it will become more efficient, more refined, and more useful over time. And for musicians, AI doesn't restrict creativity. In many cases, it actually enhances creativity. It gives songwriters another tool for exploring ideas, shaping songs, and experimenting with music in ways that weren't possible before. At the end of the day, AI isn't the enemy of music. It's just the newest instrument in the studio. And like every instrument that came before it, what really matters is the musician using it.